Hey, yeah, you. Have you ever wanted to go on vacation, but thought it was just too much work to plan for it? The places you'll go, the things you'll eat? Don't worry, just take Story Spectacular Spectacle Vacation. Yeah, I know it's not alliteration. I did that on purpose. Since you don't have all day, and this video should end in a couple minutes, I don't want it to be too long, I'll just condense everything you'll need, and what you'll see, and what you'll eat. And don't forget do. Never forget about do. First off, vaccinations. And I didn't know this, but at the time of recording, quick Google search, there's a site to actually help you figure out what vaccinations you need. And yeah, I'll leave a link in the description. But always make sure you go to your doctor and make sure you have all the correct ones. Next thing on the list is a Visa card. And let me tell you that if you have one of these, you can virtually buy anything in Denmark, Norway, and most of Europe. Denmark uses a currency called kroner or krone, and Norway uses Norwegian krone. There's Danish krone and Norwegian krone. Apparently it's not the same thing. You don't have to worry about any of this if you have a Visa card though, so just get one. And of course, and lastly, a passport. And probably a small fortune. Okay, and here is your itinerary. Your itinerary. There we go. That was hard to say. For the next 8-ish, 9-ish days of your life? Maybe 8 days, depending on where you live. Day 1. Make sure you book your flight to the great place of Copenhagen, the capital of Denmark. Great tool for this is Google Flights. Depending on the size of your family, it might get pricey. Here are some hotels in Copenhagen. Now get some sleep before your next day starts, because chances are, unless you live on the east coast of America, that your flight's going to take over 15 hours. Day 2. First thing on your agenda is to get your swimsuit out and go hop in the harbor of Copenhagen. Which brings me to my first fun fact, that the water in the Copenhagen harbor is clean enough for you to swim in. Which brings me to another fun fact, that the definition of Copenhagen is merchant harbor or by a dock. After you finish your time in the water, make sure you dry off and get some clothes on so you can go to the National Musette or Museum, however you pronounce it. Fun fact, during World War II, only around 20 to 40 people died. After doing the math for you, 70 million people died in World War II, which is 1,750,000 times more than what died for the Danish people. Food of the day, frikadeller, is a spicy meatball that with some noodles will satisfy your spaghetti needs. I've just been notified that traditionally, Danish people do not eat this with noodles. Sometimes they aren't spicy. Day 3. Spend your third day at this amusement park called Bakken. It has over 150 attractions, most notable being a wooden roller coaster. Fun fact, a lot of snacks in Denmark are gummies. Snack of the day, Haribo Rotella, which personally I've never had, but my friend tells me are delicious, and he suggests them. Day 4. To start your day off, rent a bike and enjoy the beautiful streets of Copenhagen. Food of the day, pølser, which is a Danish hot dog that, if you look at this photo, it looks delicious. To get your hands on these hot dogs, just go to a nearby pølser vendor. Next, plan your flight over to Norway, the city of Trondheim, and make sure you catch a train to see the beautiful views of Norway. Day 5. Not many people realize if you travel 1 or 2 hours north, you can see one of Earth's natural wonders. Depending on the time you come, you might or might not see the aurora borealis. In that case, you might witness something else called the midnight sun, where either you will witness the midnight sun, which in the winter or summer depending, there will be 6 months of light or darkness. Snack of the day, lefse, which is a Norwegian churro, but usually served in the afternoon with hot cocoa. Huet de dagen. Since your trip is coming closer and closer to an end, let's make the last day exploring the natural beauties of the world. Oh, I mean Norway. Ride the Fjellheisen cable car to the top of Mount Storstenine. Quote from the crazytourist.com, from the top of the mountain you can enjoy the gorgeous vistas over the neighboring countryside. This is also a popular place to come if you want to try some outdoor sports, like paragliding, cycling, or skiing in the winter months. Snack of the day is sveli, which resemble pancakes, but are usually served in the afternoon with hot cocoa. You can also get some special butter and cheese on this too, with some good syrup. Day 7. Okay, I know that most kids and adults like to stay longer away from home, but this trip has to come to an end. Oh yeah, did I tell you that the trip from Norway might take up to 32 hours if you lived on the west side of America? So this is obviously not an actual ad like I was going for, and I am doing this for an assignment. Here are some required things on the assignment that are quote-unquote boring stuff, where I needed 4 points of culture, and this is how I'm going to do this for my project. There will be 2 for Denmark and 2 for Norway. Okay, I lied. This is not boring. Don't click off the video just yet. One huge part of culture that I talked about earlier was that Denmark has actually been very peaceful and only lost around 40 people in the World War II out of the 70 million that died. Which, let me remind you, is 1,750,000 times less than what died. 70 million people died. Norway and more of the northern part of Europe have been less involved with World War II, which have led to more of a peaceful lifestyle and daily life. As go for the kind of government that Denmark has, it is a monarchy in Denmark, which means, and I'm reading this from a site called worldatlas.com, the current monarch is a Queen Margrethe II, I can never pronounce that name, who has been the kingdom's head of state since 1972. Monarchy meaning king or queen. This involves the languages of Denmark and Norway. The Danish language and Norwegian language are Scandinavian languages, which are completely different from English and Spanish, which have similarities. Both Denmark and Norway have largely Christian population as it goes for religion. Thanks for watching.